So thank you for watching Culture Fix. I am delighted to be joined by Max and Siva from The Wanted 2.0. In The Wanted, the guys gave us so many hits: Chasing the Sun, Glad You Came, my personal favourite, Show Me Love America, as well as 3 studio albums, massive stadium tours, and a lot of solo hits as well. So Max and Siva are continuing to tour around the UK as The Wanted 2.0, and they join me today to chat. So thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Hi, Andrew.
That was a cool introduction.
Well, I mean, you guys have done a lot. Like looking back over the hits, there are a lot of them. But I would really love to know, how did 2.0 come about, and when was that decision to kind of continue the Wanted as yourselves?
Well, it was actually a long time coming, wasn't it? We were
Yeah,
talking about it back in 2018,
18.
initial talks, and obviously we we got back together for Tom in 2022, and then 2024
Start of 2024.
we said let's do it. This feels right. I felt natural, and we had a conversation with the guys, the other two members, and it just felt like we were clear where we were clear what we wanted. Excuse the pun. And yeah, me and Max decided happily to go forward and excitedly to go forward and just go as the Wanted 2.0.
Yeah. And has it been unusual, I suppose, going from a five to a two?
It was, to be honest, yeah, it was at the start. I mean, from I think the end of 2014, there was four of us for quite a lot of the stuff we did in 2014. So we kind of got used to it being a little smaller, but and then the last tour, obviously, um, we did it for Tom, but we were on stage as a four. So yeah, I mean it was, but as soon as we did I'd say about 3 gigs in, it was like, okay, yeah, this works fine. The first two, not that it didn't work, it was just that we just had no idea what to expect from the audience, which made us a little bit nervous. What to expect from each other, because obviously we actually said this like during the band back in the day. Me and Siva were hardly ever near each other on stage. It was
Okay.
just the way
Yeah.
that it sort of panned out. So it was all new. It was very fresh to us, the whole thing. But yeah, like now, yeah, we just love it. And
And
we just can't wait to do it again and again.
I thought that was really interesting when you said that you guys maybe in the band were maybe a wee bit more, kind of apart. Has
Mhm.
it been nice kind of getting to know each other on a kind of deeper level, like in working together as a partnership?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's been great.
You had to say yes for that.
No,
sort of.
honestly, back in the day, we just didn't. Obviously, we had our pairs. I was with Jay, who was like
Mm,
kind of fellow Irish heritage. He was a twin. We auditioned together. We did music stuff back in the day, and he was with Tom and
mm.
two Northerners. Manchester, Bolton. They connected it.
Yeah.
So it was just natural that way. So we never really got to hang out together. When I hung out on my free time, it was usually with Jay,
Mm.
right? So now that we're back together and we're doing this again, not a lot has changed, but a lot has stayed the same. Like we obviously know each other from over the years, but I feel like yeah, it's really nice. It's just nice to kind of Max maybe breakfast this morning with some an omelet with some beans and served it in front of me, giving me
There you go.
seasonings.
So
Yeah.
you're turning into like an old married couple.
That's pretty much, yeah.
Literally,
Like
literally.
Seaver's got me into sci-fi, and we sit and have like movie nights, and yeah, we are literally like a couple now.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we've got to know each other way more in the last 18 months than I think we ever did in the previous 15 years, which is really cool. And it works. Like we have the same goals, and because back then as well, obviously we all wanted to do well, but it was all a lot of it was driven by like we had a big famous manager and we had two huge labels, and a lot of that was run by a machine, whereas now we have the same goals, but we're sort of in control of it, which really works well as a partnership, and just two voices is a lot easier than five.
Because I'd imagine there was quite a fair bit of like rearranging the kind of dynamics of the songs and working out how to then present them as a duo. Was that quite an easy task when you started, or was it a bit of a challenge?
Well,
Well, Max just sings the same stuff. I've got to take on everything else.
Steve's had a lot of work.
My voice is gone after the second song. Yeah, there's a lot of rearranging, which I think over the years we've become way more confident as singers. So I think we're so much more ready for it when we came to re-recording but
I think the fans love it as well because like Siva's singing stuff that like they did not heard Siva sing like this before, so you notice there's a reaction to that, which is really cool. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem for any of us really because we've lived these songs for a long time. It was just it was more the most difficult bit was just remembering who was doing which bit at the start. Do you know what I mean? It'd be like, am I doing this line or is it you? But
or remembering the lines in general.
Yeah.
You need a wee teleprompter.
Oh my God, literally.
We actually do have one in one of the songs.
God. We had for Walks Like Rihanna.
We've now got a karaoke prompter on stage for the audience, not for us. But it's there if we need it.
You can just slightly turn to the back of the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I did do that. I did do that recently. So I turned around and I was like, oh, because sometimes I just don't remember Walks Like Rihanna. I don't know what it is. So I turned around and walked back down like the catwalk to look at the screen to see the lines. And everyone's singing it, and I sang the wrong lines while looking at the correct lines. And I just turned to see Max, and Max was in this stuff happens to me a lot.
It's tough though, because if you've got the pressure of the audience who are like high energy and they're enjoying it, it must be tough to not get caught up in that and remember I actually have to sing these lines in time, bring in choreography, bring in all those elements. So, cut yourself some slack.
I'll try. But yeah, you don't really think it's a party. We just party on stage and we try and get the crowd to party. So you do forget yourself sometimes. That's my excuse.
And walking out there together for that first time as a duo, was that overwhelming, or did it just kind of immediately, Max, you said maybe two or three shows to start to feel right?
Yeah, the first gig we did, we hadn't had any rehearsal or anything. It just got booked. We got booked in a couple of days before, and it was like, yeah, look, we'll do it. So that one was a little bit all over the place. There was fire shooting up from pyros and all this kind of stuff, which we didn't know was happening. So Siva's head nearly got set on fire. And it was just one of them, like, it was like, okay, this needs a little bit of work.
And also the crowd wasn't sure because
the crowd had no idea.
Because they just saw TW, 2.0 and thought, oh, it's one of those, probably a tribute band or something, And then we got on stage and they're like, oh, you could just see people kind of rushing towards the front of the stage because they just thought, okay, just... Yeah,
I actually had a message off a guy, didn't I? Do you remember? A guy messaged me on Instagram saying, I took my fiance today to watch what we thought was a tribute band of The Wanted, and she got to see you two guys, and it was the best day of her life. We did it like that was. I mean, that was nearly 2 years ago now, and now we did a gig with the JLS boys a few days ago, and there's like 20,000 people there, and there was so many people in t-shirts from with the Wanted t-shirts on from like 15 years ago. So it's nice to see that our sort of core fans are really starting to come together again, and I think we've got the word out there that the story of The Wanted is now continuing as this, and yeah, we're loving it.
So thinking of like the story continuing, that obviously kind of leads to the possibility of new music. Are you thinking about that? Is that something you want to explore?
Yeah, we're literally doing it now, like today. Well, yeah, we've been writing for the past few months, and we've also got a writers' week in LA at the end of the month, and Nashville. Nice. So yeah, we want to carry on doing this. We're not going anywhere. This is a commitment that me and Max decided to do, and we can't imagine doing anything else. No, to be honest, like we love it so much. We love singing. We love performing. We love just being there. Showing up again for our fans. They haven't seen us in some of them haven't seen us in a decade. Some of them show up with their kids. So it's great to be back in it and seeing all some old faces and some new faces too. So yeah, more writing, some maybe some surprises in the new year. We're doing some interesting things. But
Can you
yeah.
talk to me a wee bit about the vibe of the new music? Is it kind of similar to your kind of the original stuff, or are you going in a slightly different direction?
Um, I wouldn't say it's similar to what we've done before. I think we both have our own tastes in music. But I think we definitely like the upbeat vibe. Um, it's hard to, what can I say about it? Like,
Well, the Wanted is like the essence of the Wanted was pop dance,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and
So
I think we're gonna lean a bit more
to the
towards
dance,
dance.
yeah,
nice. A bit
We
of kind
enjoy
of
that.
EDM.
yeah. I
Yeah,
think
a bit
so.
more. Yeah, I think, I don't think that's a crazy thing to do for us, but I think
No,
we've always kind of been in that lane already. But we also want to just get out there and party a bit more. Just we've come back and we want to get the crowd going, and obviously there'll be remnants of the Wanted-esque sound, but I think our thing is different, and we want it to be different.
Well, I'm gutted because I just missed you in Vegas when you were performing there. I flew home the morning of the evening you were
Oh,
oh no
performing, so
way.
I was gutted. But I see you've been to India, you've been around the US. What is it like going to these kind of new territories and kind of places that maybe they wanted to never originally performed before?
Yeah, well, I mean, America, we luckily we had a lot of success over there, so that was almost like going home sometimes because we spent, I think, more time in America than we did here. Um, but yeah, we've been to India, which was a real eye opener. Um, the hottest gig I think we've ever played. I think it was at 41 degrees indoor and it had no aircon.
Yeah.
So it was like that was yeah, that was a stretch, but it was great fun. Like the fans over there was so lovely. Like not like South America, like that's where the fans are crazy. India, they were just so nice and interactive and kind. Like it was just so lovely. Um, and where else have we been? Went to Indonesia, didn't we?
Indonesia, yeah.
Um, we're looking at maybe Brazil at some
Nice.
point, which we've been before, but not for a long, long
Oh
time.
yeah, it's been a long
So
time.
if we can go there again, yeah. I mean, it's the best job in the world. It really is because you just get to do what you love doing, but you get to travel to places that you never think you go to. So it's class.
And I think because we're obviously a bit older and wiser, we do appreciate all this way more. Back in the day, we were young, whatever, we're just our main thing back in the day was, oh, the label are pressuring us. We need to get the next number one. We need to keep going. We need to work, our butts off. Now we're like, obviously, getting number one is important, but really, enjoying ourselves, making our family proud, making some good music, and throwing a party and making some good memories. That's the kind of priority for us. As you get older, you just realize that some things like are invaluable, and for us, enjoying it is the most important. Because at some points back in the day, we didn't enjoy it, did we? Like there's some
No,
moments where we were like so successful, but so unhappy at like the situation we're in.
yeah,
So this is going to be the opposite way around.
yeah. It ended sort of 2014. We did a world tour at the end, and that it wasn't what it should have been. Like a world tour should have been exciting, but it just felt like everyone was like knackered, and at the end of the rope, it was a difficult sort of 6 months that. But then when it was over, like 2 months after it, it was like, oh my God, like what am I gonna do? Like where's my boys?
And if you
So
look at the dates you released your albums, they were really quite close. If you look,
yeah.
a lot of artists maybe spend sort of 3, 4 years between albums, but I think with you guys it was so kind of rapid fire. Did it feel a bit like you were on a bit of a kind of conveyor belt, like studio perform, like just kind of that endless cycle of promo and all that sort of thing?
Yeah, it did. It did. I remember one time we really, really pushed back on, I think it was our second album. Um, I think our second album actually that we released was supposed to be our third album
Okay.
because they wanted us to do an album before that, but we fell out with so many people because we just didn't feel that it was ready, and we didn't think it was good enough until I think until we recorded Glad You Came, maybe. And then it was like, okay, we've got Glad You Came, Gold Forever, and a couple of others. And it was like, okay, yeah, I think Warzone and a couple of others. And it was like, yeah, okay, this is ready now. But we were really pushed. Looking back now, I'm a little bit older, and I understand from a business point of view. It's like, yeah, you need to keep dropping these things and the product, but at the time, it was like we've had no days off, and
We probably had a week off a
yeah,
year, I would
and it
say.
was like, and the quality's not there, and we don't want to just get to a point where what we're putting out is crap. You know what I mean? So yeah, that might have been the beginning of the end, really, with the record label. But yeah, it was hard work, but great memories. So
I was watching on the way over on the flight. I was watching the Charlie XCX movie. It's called The Moment. You seen it?
no,
It's full on. Like the movie's intense and it's full on. And she's constantly being asked questions, and he's constantly like the label's constantly hounding her, and people are changing things without her knowing. And it's only like a week, and I was thinking, we did that for 5 years.
yeah,
Literally by the end of it, you're just like frazzled from
mm,
the amount of things that are happening. You're just juggling so much, and weekends where we're working on the weekends too. So a week off in a year, including but we worked weekends. If you can imagine, like
Yeah,
and
it's
traveling,
unsustainable. Yeah.
and BA sent us a personal email, and they calculated our time on a plane. Andrew, a production manager, sent us this, and they calculated our time on a plane, and we spent 3 months of the year on a plane. You know,
Mad. It's
we
mad.
literally lived on a plane. So if you can imagine, that's how much we traveled. To Australia, it's constant. So yeah, but yeah, it was very busy, but we just laughed all the way through it. That's how
yeah.
we did it.
Because when 15 years later, you're like, oh, I'd love to do that now. I'd love to just be sat on a plane for 3 months, just getting fed, watching films. Great, mate.
Well, yeah,
Well, you obviously you mentioned the US success there, and that obviously you had Scooter Braun and kind of big sort of machine behind you. The documentary series that obviously kind of captures a little snapshot of how busy things were for you. Did that feel a bit odd bringing cameras into kind of like every moment of your lives when you filmed the Wanted Life?
yeah. I
It was
think
different for us, wasn't it?
yeah, the idea of it was really cool because like we were going on this I think the 10 p.m. slot after Kardashians. It was prime time TV. It was great for us in America. Like on paper, it was incredible.
Mm.
Doing it was horrendous because like obviously a lot of it was scripted, but they did try and instigate a lot of arguments between us,
Mm.
and when we didn't argue at the time, yeah, we'd have some disagreements, but we weren't like very stressed out. And I think doing that show, I don't think it was helpful for all of our mental healths at the time, and it was coming to the end of it, wasn't it? Like that's when we kind of thought
Yeah,
it wasn't a very healthy space to be in, especially when you wanted to focus on music. We had to do something else.
and
Um,
I think like when I think out of everything that we did together, that's probably where me and Siva separated the most, looking back, because Siva was in a different, completely different place in his life than I was when I was on that show. So Siva was very settled, like was with Narisha, like knew what he wanted to do, and I was total opposite. I didn't know what I wanted to. I didn't know where I was, and I was just drunk all the time. So I think what they did use that quite well, and they they could wind me up by saying things like saying people had said something
Me too.
about me or whatever, and then they get me to react to that whilst I was pissed. So it'd be like, so yeah, well, even when I watched it back then, I was a bit like, oh God. I mean, I wouldn't like now watching it. I mean, my girlfriend's even said, "Oh, let's watch it," and it's not even I don't want to watch it because of like the way I am on there because I'm single and stuff. It's just the way that I am more with everyone else. So I'm just like, oh God.
And
But
it's tough.
yeah,
Nobody wants their 20s kind of like captured on film for the
Yeah,
world to see, I suppose.
no, your
yeah.
20s are great, but you're right. You don't. a lot of it you wouldn't want to watch back, especially with your family and your
Yeah,
mates.
I think it's that too. I think looking back with your family, because it doesn't tell the whole story. It's not the full truth. Obviously,
No.
it's it had to be entertaining, at some points. But yeah, it's hard to watch back because it just doesn't seem like us. And it's kind of like, yeah, it's not the whole truth. That's all I'll
And that's
say.
what's exciting about 2.0. It's almost like you've got that kind of chance to rebuild to like a kind of more adult audience, but also bring back the fans that were there back in the day as well as the new people. So it's almost like a kind of a fresh chapter.
Yeah, exactly that, mate.
So you guys obviously co-wrote a lot of the band's albums and singles as well. Is there any particular tracks that you were involved in the writing process that you would have loved to have been a single that maybe never got that kind of push?
I mean, Could This Be Love was,
Could this
yeah.
be love? Yeah.
Yeah, there was a song on an album that Max wrote with, who'd you write it with?
Jack McManus.
Jack, who we're working today with, by the way,
Oh,
Jack.
nice.
It's the same guy I wrote Warzone with, so he's been part of the team like since from the start.
Yeah, and
But
Could This Be Love? Beautiful song. It's like one of those timeless classics. When you listen to it, you'll understand. Like it's beautiful, and on the level of streaming, like overall, like the most streamed songs, like Glad You Came, All Time Low, Could This Be Love is a top five.
Oh,
Like it
nice.
should have been. It's obviously it was a massive track that should have been a single, and it's still to this day top five.
It's
So
it's interesting, isn't it? Because now you've got access to all that data, you can actually see what the fans are going back to, and the songs like that maybe breaking through that didn't get that single push.
yeah, it's cool to see that. It's cool when you see songs that were never even close to being a single, and yet people have chosen to listen to them. There was actually one that you did that I've always loved. I've always said this to you, and it's just you singing it. Where I Belong.
Where I Belong, yeah.
It's such a cool kind of trippy song. Takes you on like this weird journey, that's a song that I go back to and listen to. Out of all the ones that aren't sort of singles, that's one I would pick out. I'm not just saying that because it's
No,
also
no,
I've
you've
always
always
said
said
that
that. You've
to
always
you.
said that.
That's nice. You've got a fan and a bandmate. That's the joy.
Oh, Max is the biggest fan,
Biggest
honestly.
fan.
He really is. Maybe breakfast.
Yeah, that's a super fan right there. Um, we need to talk about the solo careers briefly as well, because obviously Max, you had that track with Diane Warren, and Barcelona was a big streaming hit as well, and Siva obviously Breathe In and Syrup, great songs. How did it feel kind of putting out music just as Max or just as Siva? Was that quite an odd feeling from going from a five to just yourself?
I hated it,
Oh,
to be
really?
honest. Yeah, I
Yeah.
hated it. Like, I loved the process of making the music, and yeah, recording and all that, and the excitement and getting signed by and all that kind of stuff, and working with Diane and Jason Derulo and all these amazing people. But when it actually came to it, turning up to a gig on my own and walking out on my own, like I don't think there was. I think there was one gig I enjoyed, and it was a hometown gig that I did where I had like 100 of my friends and family there anyway with me, so it was a bit like of a night out for me. But apart from that, like the gig, I didn't enjoy it. I like being part of a team. Um, so yeah, it like even just two of us, the difference for me is massive. I don't know about you. What did you think?
I like to kind of the doing stuff, having it's a bit of a mix between like I didn't really like the publicity side of things, like going out and doing my own stuff and doing interviews and having to answer the questions about the band and all that stuff. It was a lot to kind of do, especially when you didn't when I didn't have like when I didn't make up my own mind on it yet. I was kind of like in between about the band and stuff like that. But I love the creative side of things. I love the songwriting. We always love the songwriting side of things and making music, um, and I also think that we don't really value the attention and the fame anymore. We're kind of like past that, and we like the art of it. So on that side, I love the artistic side of it. I'd probably release more like ideas, like I call them like just expressions in the future. But generally, it's so much more fun doing it as a two than doing it as a one because your problems are halved. We get to laugh about things, make memories together.
It's lonely as well,
It,
isn't
it
it? I
can
find it a
be
really lonely process,
like
especially the gigs and traveling
mm,
to do a show. You got no one to you got no one to moan to. You
Mm.
know what I mean?
yeah,
You just got to sit and whinge to yourself. Oh God.
Your
it's a give
voice
and
notes
take.
are
You
full.
see,
Yeah.
this is why he feeds me so he can moan to me.
Yeah, so I'm just buttering him up.
Yeah, I remember we were on tour and when we were in tour in America back in the day, and Ed Sheeran, we were doing some gigs with Ed, and he was just starting to blow up, and Ed was just like, "Can I get on your um, tour bus?" And he toured with us for a few months, and he got nominated for his Grammy, his first Grammy on our tour bus. Whereas,
Amazing.
you know,
Yeah,
I remember
I
him.
couldn't believe that.
Yeah, we
I
were just
couldn't
like,
believe he was nominated and we weren't.
Get off the
That'd be
bus.
funny. We'd have Glad You Came that year, and it had sold way more at that point. But anyway,
well, it's Ed, isn't it?
yeah, it's Ed.
It's Ed. Um, but yeah, Ed was saying like, it's hard. At the time, obviously, he's probably changed a lot now, but at the time, he was like, it's just so hard being so like traveling around the world in these big gigs and then just being on a tour bus by yourself for hours traveling to the next gig. You could be surrounded by so many people, but feel so alone at the same time. So, um,
Yeah, be all right now, though, won't it? Be going on a magic carpet or something now. Oh, I hate this.
literally,
Get his feet massaged. Oh.
Well, before we jump onto a last quick fire round, I would love to just find out. We've spoken obviously about the challenges of being in the band, but what are your kind of your favorite moments that you look back on and think, if I could relive that from the peak of the band, what would it be? That
Um,
was well timed. That was like an idea coming through.
my moment would be we went up to the apartment of the guy that ran our label, Ashley. We went up to his house to find out where we charted first week with All Time Low because it was between us or Bruno Mars with Billionaire, and it was really close in the midweeks. And finding out that we were number one that day, I could relive that. I'd love to relive that one just once. But like that was it. Like that's probably the best moment of my life. That so I would go back there.
wow, that wasn't mine. This is so funny. I did enjoy it, but I don't think I was
I
like
cried like a baby.
you did. I didn't actually. I was really excited and happy. I don't think I took on the weight a bit. Obviously, Max was in music a bit. Obviously, I've always been in music, but you were in a band before, and you were. This was
Yeah,
a long time coming for you. I was like, this is
yeah.
great. Oh my God, like I'm so
Yeah.
happy. Um, but for me personally, obviously this is way different. But my favorite moments are sometimes mostly with fans or with each other. Like certain moments we have with each other where it's like we'll experience something or experience a fan's story of how you changed their life, and you're like,
Yeah.
what? I can tell you a million stories about, from fans who have lost both of their parents, and literally our songs kept them going, like literally kept them alive. And you're just like, wow. Or like, you know, terminally ill patients who we visit in hospitals and stuff like that. I don't know why it just sticks in my brain, and I remember that stuff. Um, but if you want a more superficial answer, I would say supporting supporting Bieber on his tour was pretty phenomenal. Like South American tour,
Yeah,
I
that was
always
cool.
remember that being like, whoa! Like we had sold out our arena tour, in the UK and a
Oh,
lot, at that time. But we're supporting Bieber on a stadium tour in
Mm.
South America, which they're all like crazy. That was like, wow, this is like that. I want to be there someday. Even though
yeah.
we'd sold out arenas, like,
Yeah, it was a level
but
up,
it
wasn't
was
it?
a level I would love to have gotten to, but at the same time, I was just so glad to be there to experience it with these guys. Like, it was just amazing. And it was an amazing experience. First time in South America at the time, and just experiencing that was cool.
Nice. Well, let's wrap up with just a quick round of who's most likely to do this thing, Max or Siva. So, most likely to be late,
Siva,
Yeah, me, definite.
forget plans,
me.
Max.
To accidentally say something inappropriate.
Off. See that, me.
You've
100%.
you've been
100%.
okay in this interview. There's nothing
What did I say
cancelable.
recently? I said something recently on stage. I do it all the time on stage, and Max is like, he doesn't even say anything. He just goes, no, no. And
We'll
I
be on
just,
stage in front of 30,000 people and he starts gabbing. And I have to look at him and go,
Cut the mic
don't,
feed.
don't talk about what we were talking about in the car on the way here about teeth. Like, no one out there wants to know it, mate. So, definitely Siva on that one.
Who is the most stylish?
we have our own style.
Mm.
It's now come to this. Like, I think back in the day, I would probably be seen more of a more
Oh,
fashion.
100%. Yeah, I was a scruffy little
Yeah, he was more
rat.
like, he was more
So,
like, uh,
no, Siva.
no, I would say
Siva.
both of us have our own different style.
We do, but when you say style-ish, I would say
Okay.
Siva wins that.
There you go, just kind of shrugging that one off. Who is most likely to win an arm wrestle?
Oof.
I haven't tested that in a while
Do you know what? See, I would have said me back in the day, but
for sure.
I've just become weak and old with health problems.
He's got his pacemaker, so obviously.
Yeah.
But Siva's like stacked now. So like my dad's like, believe it or not, my dad's like 6'4", and yeah, my mum's 4'11", so it's like
6'4",
Balances
6'6".
out.
But even my dad was like, saw him last week. He was like, "Whoa, you're a big boy, aren't you?" Like, so I think you crushed me now.
Who is most likely to say yes to doing Eurovision?
Probably me.
Yeah, I'd say
Because
you. 'Cause
I've written a song for Eurovision.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I represented the UK. My song did 20,
about 2015.
2015, 2016, yeah.
Nice.
It was called You're Not Alone by
Nice.
Joe and Jake. It
Oh
was
yeah, I
when
remember that one. Yeah,
on my defense,
that
the
did pretty
U-
good
the,
compared to
no,
some of our entries.
the,
No?
the UK just left Europe. Like
Oof,
literally left Europe. So I mean the song was good,
no
but
chance.
it got like
How many?
second from the bottom, I think. Like, yeah, second
Well,
last
we've
place.
definitely done worse.
Yeah, that's pretty good for the UK now, isn't
Yeah,
that?
it is.
I think it would be a good thing for you guys. I think it would be interesting to see you
I
in
think
a
so
good.
too, you know.
Yeah, you never
I
know.
wouldn't mind that because it's a massive platform, and actually the songs are getting good on there. Like there's a good
Could you do that?
what?
Well, because you're Irish. Do Ireland have a different one to?
Yeah, you could go Ireland or you could go UK.
We'd be if we did it together. We'd
Yeah.
be doing. Oh, sorry,
Do you know what I mean?
separately. Oh yeah. I
Because
could probably do that from representing.
you'd be
Oh,
representing Ireland. You'd be representing the UK, but you're from Ireland.
I'd probably represent. I can't answer that question right now.
There's the
You don't have to talk to my
late
representative,
show do a little selection. I think inquire, put the feelers out there. Um, best cook,
Max.
nice. Biggest daredevil.
I mean, what was the last thing you've done? Was it have you done a bungee?
Yeah.
I've done bungee.
I think we're both.
I think we're both, yeah.
I genuinely, I think if you asked us to do something, we'd just do it.
Yeah, we would.
So I don't really know because I don't think I could challenge you, but I think you'd just be like, "Oh, I'll do that."
Yeah, I would do it. I mean, the last thing I did that was
Challenge you to the death. And
true.
yeah,
True.
Well, guys, thank you so much. I don't want to take up all your afternoon, but it's been lovely to talk to you. Had your greatest hits on vinyl the other day, and I was just like, it's just hit
oh,
after
great.
hit after hit. So you've got an amazing legacy, and I'm really excited for the new stuff. So appreciated.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Andrew. And hopefully we'll see you on the tour. Where are you based? Are you based in Scotland? Or
Yeah, so I'm in Scotland. So I think you're in Glasgow
Glasgow, yeah.
Yeah,
this autumn. So yeah, hopefully catch you there.
Yeah, come
yeah,
down. I'd love to hear your
Yeah,
opinion on it because we're like obviously molding it together, the live show and
yeah.
stuff. So
yeah.
And
If you got Layla's details, we'll sort you some tickets out as well.
that'll be amazing. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Glasgow probably as wild as Vegas could have been. potentially.
I mean,
Maybe.
to be honest,
Wild, yeah.
like we did Vegas. That was what 4,000, 3,000 people,
Mm.
and then that night we went on stage with Steve Aoki.
Amazing.
Like we bumped into him on the plane on the way over, and he was like, "Come
Yeah.
on stage at like 1 a.m." So we joined him. That was a wild one. You were already in the
Yeah,
UK
that
probably
was
by
nuts.
then.
Yeah, I was stuck on a plane watching bad films.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, guys. Well, thank you very much, and chat soon, hopefully.
Thanks, Andrew.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Bye
Andrew.
bye.